we are almost done. But step back so you can see. And then we're gonna do a try on. So, yay! Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jen and this is Jen Restyle and Fashion. Over here we talk about upcycling, styling, fashion, all things related to that, and how to really put these outfits together as we are thrifting and shopping consigned pieces, mixing them into our current wardrobe and shopping new, and how to stretch those pieces out. So if that sounds like something that's interesting to you, then definitely click that subscribe button below and click on that bell so that you don't miss an episode. All right, you guys, so this week, let me straighten you up a little bit. Let's see. There you go. I think that's a little better. All right, so this week I am bringing to you an upcycle. You guys saw on my YouTube shorts and you saw it on Instagram if you're over there. I created a jumpsuit out of discarded denim. I spent a lot of time going back and forth to Goodwill over the winter sourcing white denim. And I'm so grateful that I did, because when I started trying to source white denim in the summer, it was not to be found because you guys were in the thrift stores buying up the white denim. And so all the white denim I was finding was designer or something that just wasn't going to work for me, especially at my price point, because I definitely was shopping the white denim that was half off. And I found some great pieces. I spent a lot of time washing, cleansing, bleaching, vinegaring these denim jeans, and then I ended up cutting them up. What you might or might not see in the video is me deconstructing the denim jeans. So basically seam ripping them, cutting them up into pieces that would be ready for me to be able to reconstruct them, basically. So we're gonna start the video with me in the thrift store sourcing the denim and then putting the denim together, creating the pieces, and my whole thought process through creating this denim jumpsuit, because this is not what it was supposed to be. Like, I mean, it is what it was supposed to be, but it did not start out this way. It started out with me thinking that I was going to create this dress because the event that I was going to in Atlanta said metallic shimmer. And so I was going to create this dress and I was going to use the foil method and create a beautiful ombre dress. But I dragged my feet and it wasn't inspiring to me. And so I ended up creating this jumpsuit, which has been all the rave. And I have had it on twice because I'm going to get my wear out of my clothes, whether I make them or whether I buy them. Let's get into this video. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you back here at the end of the video. All right, so once I got these jeans, then I needed to start taking them apart. I don't have the video for when I started breaking everything down, but just suffice to say that I would cut the legs off of all the jeans and then just start there. Now, initially, this was going to be a dress with a bustier top and a skirt at the bottom. If you remember, several months ago or a few months ago, I told you what I wanted this dress to look like. I was going to use the foil method on top. So I cut out a few of the pairs of jeans using the pattern that I created for a bustier, and I used the legs for that. And then I put that to the side because then I was like, okay, I got to make the skirt. So I started pinning the pieces of denim together. And then I was like, I don't want a skirt. I want something else. And I kept having this feeling inside that it needed to be something else. So I continued to seam rip the pants legs. I had cut the pants legs from the jeans, left the top of the jeans and the pockets intact, took the pants legs and I seam ripped all of them because there really was no real way to work with these pieces unless they were seam ripped. So I'm just giving you guys a heads up. If anybody wants to try this method, you are going to need to go through and seam rip. Some of the jeans you can rip, but I found that on some of them, when I started ripping them, I actually ripped the fabric. So don't do like me. Do as I advise. Now, after I got those pieces separated, I started laying them out on the floor just to see how much fabric I was going to have to work with. I still had to go through and I had to seam rip more seams. I had to separate more of the thickness away. Jax was enjoying this. And then I started going back again and laying them out and putting them together. Now, one of the things that you try to have to keep in mind is the grain line. It's really important that these pieces are going in the same direction. So they're either going to go straight up and down or they're going to go horizontal. You got to make a decision when you start. There's no turning back. Once you decide they're all vertical, then they're going to have to stay vertical. It's just the way it is. Otherwise, you're going to have problems with fit, with stretch. It's just going to be a nightmare, and you're going to wonder to yourself, why isn't my outfit coming out right? So I laid these pieces together and I pinned them in place so that they would not move around. And then I used the pattern that I created. You guys saw this pattern, I'm sure, months ago. But I laid the pattern on top to see if it was going to cover all of the denim. For the most part, I was able to make sure that all the corners, edges, bottom, top, and everything was covered. But in some cases, I had to go back in and readjust the pieces. This process does take some time because you just want to make sure that each piece of the leg that you're laying down is overlapping. You don't want to have any any lifting or any places where the seams are coming apart, quite frankly. And you might be inclined to overlap right at the edge, but if you notice, there's some places where I had to overlap quite a bit, and that's okay. And you'll see when I go to the sewing machine and stitch these pieces together, sometimes I go back over and I stitch them twice. You just don't want to have any of this coming apart. All right, we're here at the sewing machine, and as I stated, you are basically just stitching down where you overlapped. And in some cases I double stitched, in some cases I back stitched, I reinforced stitched, especially in the crotch area. Any place that's going to have any stress, you want to make sure that you are stitching that down very well. I did set my machine somewhere between a 2 and a 3 for the most part. That way, you know, they're tight enough to hold, but they're also not so tight until if I needed to take a stitch out that I would be like cringing over it. So laying it out flat, stitching it down. Once everything is stitched down, then you want to go to the ironing board and just, you know, press it really good. So here you see me with one leg, and then I pinned it on the inside. And then I took the other leg and I did the same thing, merged them together at the inseam in the crotch area, turned it inside out, and began to match these two pieces up. Now I'm at the process where I'm debating on whether or not I'm going to use this metallic or not. You'll see later in the video. All right, we're stepping in. And it's gonna be long, so I haven't decided what shoes I'm wearing yet, but they're gonna be my highest heels. Doesn't really matter what color they are. They just need to be really high. Okay. I think it is going to be flipping amazing. Oh yeah, this is about to be what's up right here. Can y'all see it? Do y'all see the vision? And I'm gonna put pockets in here. But yeah, I need something really tall and funky. So I'm gonna take a pair of shoes with me, but y'all, I might have to go shopping and find the flyest pair of shoes. But this is the width that I wanted. So let me show you guys what I was considering. Okay, so I had some white chiffon left over, and I was thinking about putting chiffon over the denim, but I think it looks too wedding-y. I do, but when I get back, I have dinner on blanc. Y'all feel me? Y'all didn't know about dinner on blanc, the all-white affair. I think this would be wonderful for that. Oh my gosh. What I had hoped is that I could put the metallic on top, and then I could still keep my white jumpsuit and not have to worry about metallic permanent. Because where else am I gonna wear metallic white jumpsuit, y'all? I'm just thinking about this now. What if I do the metallic on the organza? And that goes right on top of the denim. Then when I get back, I can remove it and still have my white denim. All right, before I decide to sew all this up, I am going to overlay the organza. So what my plan was that I would wear the white jumpsuit in Atlanta, come back, and then put the overlay organza for dinner en blanc. Well, needless to say, that's not what happened at all. I ended up just wearing the jumpsuit in Atlanta for the first day that I was there, and then I wore something else for the event. And I never ended up putting the organza on top of the jumpsuit, although it's not too late. But this was the easiest way to do it, is to just lay the organza on top of the already cut jumpsuit and then just cut around it. It saves me a lot of time. And you might see this in a later video. I'm not sure. I still think it's a great idea. So on to putting the metallic on top of the organza. This is very challenging. And the reason why it's challenging is because the organza is so thin, and then you've got this glue on the back of the metallic pieces, and it basically bleeds through. This is a very long process. So now you understand why I didn't do it. It just takes too much time, and I think it's a wonderful idea for another project down the road, but for this one it just didn't work out. I did test it out using 3 sheets of metallic, and you know, it looks fine. I just didn't have the time to do it. You all have seen me do this process before. I will link to where I did the process so that you can see how it looks in the end. Now that I've scrapped the idea of the metallic, I am moving on to going ahead and sewing up the inseam, sewing the crotch area. I have not put the zipper in yet because I need to do a try on to see if the jumpsuit actually fits. Make sure that it's not too long at the top or the crotch is too low. It needs to be perfect. So we're just gonna sew these inseams together, and then we're gonna do a quick try on, and I'll let you guys see how it looks. Okay, for the most part, I am very pleased with how the jumpsuit fits. I did step into it one more time and try it on, and I think it's really in a good place right now. It's a little bit longer than I want, so I did end up going in and trimming and putting a hem in the bottom of the pants. But the next step is putting in the zipper and finding a waistband that is going to fit around the top part of my chest under my arms. Okay, so I have this band, which is not the band that I originally wanted to use, but it's the one that's getting used. And I'm just gonna fold it in half so I can determine where the middle is. I'm gonna stick a pin in the middle. So that's the center of the band. I'm gonna go to the back of the jumpsuit, the back seam of the jumpsuit, which is right here. And I'm gonna meet this up at the back seam, which is right here. Yeah. And I'm going to place the fabric right there in the center. So just making sure this is going to be center. Yep. So I'm placing this right in the center and I'm putting a pin in it, just like that. Okay. Then the front is here, and this is where the zipper is going. Here we are. This is the front. So this is the area. That's the front. This is where the waistband is going to be attached, and this is where the zipper is going to go. So I'm going to press here, press this down like that. Okay, I am going to start my zipper down here. Okay, and I'm going to open up with the seam ripper. So remember, these stitches in here are very loose, very loose. I sewed them at like a 5. Okay, so now, oh, I forgot I have a second row in there because I went in to make it deeper. Okay. All right, so okay, so we'll start here. This is where it was folded over. We'll start here and drop it down just a little bit lower. And the reason I'm dropping it down is because I know I can afford to cut some extra off the top. So okay, so we're going to put the zipper in here. This whole piece needs to cover the zipper so that when I open this like that, when this closes up, whoops, when that closes up, this is still completely covered. That's why I had to give myself a little more space in here. And because I'm dropping it down, I need to open it up a little bit more here. Okay, and we're gonna put this right on the edge. And drop it down just a little bit, because really I can spare. Okay, so I'm pinning this down. Okay. Now this matches up there. Sorry, I didn't mean to turn it off. Okay, so we've got the zipper lined up here, and the way this is going to work, I'm going to bring this up to the top. I'm not going to pin that. So this part of the fold and inside of the zipper is going to be attached to here. So this we're going to stitch down. I'm just lining it up with the edge, the raw edge, because remember we want to keep it inside of this fold because that's going to overlap. Okay, so that part of the zipper is going to be attached here, and then the rest of this zipper here is going to be sewn down to the inside piece. So I'm just lining this up to make sure. I'm going to fold this back just a little and put some pins in here to keep it in place, because we're going to separate the zipper and sew it down. I'm going to pin it and then make sure that it's even. All right, so this will unzip, like that, to open up, and then it will zip close like that, and we will run the stitch down here and around and across, and it will mimic what you normally see on like jeans. Okay, all right, so now we're ready to insert the zipper, and I unzip it first and then go in and stitch it down, and then we just connect the zipper a little later. Now I did drop the zipper down a bit because I knew I was going to need to trim a little extra off the top, and I knew I wanted to add some embellishments, which I did later on. So I had to take into account that you always want to give yourself more than less, because you can always take away, but it's always a challenge to add to. So always keep that in mind when you're upcycling, you know, and you'll never can make things absolutely perfect, because it's not like, especially when you're doing something freehand like I'm doing, you know, you just never know where you're going to need a little extra fabric here or there. You can always cut those pieces out and use them later, but when it comes to adding in, that is more challenging. So I'm just about finishing up the zipper, and then we're going to try this on, and we are almost done. So I just did a fit check. I'm gonna put the pockets on, and then we're gonna do a try on. So, yay! So last but not least, and I know this is going really fast, but you guys will get the gist of it, and you can put your own spin and creativity on it. I used some pockets that were from a couple of the leftover pairs of jeans, and I just sewed those on the front of the jumpsuit so that I would have a pocket. We are done. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave any questions below. Let me know what you think, and let me know if you're gonna try it. All right, you guys, see you later. Guys, so now I have completed the jumpsuit, and I'm gonna give you a little mini fashion show so that you can see how the jumpsuit turned out and how I've been styling it and wearing it lately. And I actually made a little fascinator to go with it. I will pop a picture of it here, but I'll have a separate video showing you how I made that. And then I'm also gonna pop in my Instagram reel and a link to the reel down below. Check me out over on Instagram. I would love to have you follow me over there. That's where everything comes out first. All right, you guys, have a great rest of your week, and I will see you back here next week. Bye.